Welcome to From Theory to Portfolio, building your first RAG chatbot. This course will transform you from someone who understands AI concepts into someone who can build sophisticated, portfolio-worthy applications. You'll create a custom AI twin that learns from your documents and demonstrates your mastery of cutting-edge AI architecture. Ready to go beyond generic LLM projects? We'll journey through three essential modules. First, RAG Foundations, understanding the what and why behind this powerful architecture. Next, Vector Stores and Embeddings, diving into the core technical components that make RAG work. Finally, LangChain Primer, where you will build your first functional RAG chain. By the end, you'll have a working chatbot that intelligently answers questions using your own data. Here's the fundamental challenge. Large language models have a knowledge cutoff date and can't access your private recent data. This leads to generic answers or worse, hallucinations, where the model makes up information. Imagine asking an LLM about your company's Q3 sales targets and getting a completely fabricated response. What if we could give the LLM an open book to read from before it answers? RAG is like giving an LLM an open book exam. Instead of relying solely on its memory, it first looks up relevant information from a specific book, your data, and then uses that information to craft its answer. The process is simple. It retrieves the most relevant information, then generates an answer based on what it found. This ensures responses are grounded in your actual data, not just the model's training. Let's see this in action. User asks, "What were our Q3 sales goals?" A classic LLM responds, "I don't have access to that information." But a RAG-powered LLM responds, "According to the Q3 planning document, the sales goal was 1.5M with a focus on enterprise clients." The difference is dramatic. Instead of admitting ignorance, RAG provides factual, source-based answers that employees can actually use. To appreciate RAG, let's first understand the standard approach. A classic LLM follows a simple, direct path. User query flows directly to the LLM, which then produces an answer. This is a straight line. The model relies entirely on its internal knowledge, whatever it learned during training. No external data, no real-time information, just the model's memory. Now here's what RAG adds to this flow. The path becomes user query goes to a retriever, which finds relevant context from your data. Then, both the context and original query go to the LLM to produce an answer. We've inserted a crucial retrieval step that gathers relevant information first. The LLM now has specific context to work with, not just its training memory. Let's put them side by side to see the difference clearly. Classic LLM, a single direct arrow from query to answer. RAG query splits to both retriever and LLM, with retriever feeding context to the LLM before it answers. The key difference is that data source RAG can access external information while classic LLMs cannot. This architectural change is what enables all of RAG's advantages. Let's summarize the key differences in a clear comparison. Data source. Classic LLMs use only internal training data, while RAG accesses external, current data. Hallucination risk. Classic LLMs have high risk of making up information, while RAG has low risk because it grounds answers in real documents. Source citation. Classic LLMs cannot cite sources, while RAG can point to exactly where information came from. These differences make RAG essential for business applications. So when should you choose RAG? Use RAG when your application needs to access private or real-time information like company documents, latest news, or personal files. Choose RAG to reduce factual inaccuracies and hallucinations in critical applications. Select RAG when you need to provide citations and transparency for answers, especially in professional or academic contexts. If your use case involves any of these requirements, RAG is not optional, it's essential. Here's RAG in action across different domains. An internal company chatbot uses the employee handbook and policy documents to answer HR questions accurately. A customer support bot leverages product manuals and troubleshooting guides to resolve technical issues. A personal research assistant summarizes and answers questions about your collection of PDFs, papers, or notes. Each example demonstrates RAG's power to make specific knowledge instantly accessible and actionable. Excellent work. You now understand what RAG is, how its architecture fundamentally differs from classic LLMs, and when to use it for maximum impact. You've seen the power of external data access, reduced hallucinations, and source citations. But here's the key question. How does the retrievals part actually work? How does the system find the right information from potentially thousands of documents? In Module 2, we'll dive into the fascinating world of vector embeddings and vector databases, the magic behind intelligent retrieval. Welcome to the most technically fascinating part of RAG. Here's the fundamental challenge. Computers don't understand words, they only understand numbers. To find semantically similar text, we need a way to represent the meaning of words and sentences numerically. This numerical representation is called an embedding and is the foundation that makes intelligent retrieval possible. Think of an embedding as GPS coordinates for words and sentences. Just as close GPS coordinates mean close physical locations on a map, close embeddings mean similar meanings in semantic space. Words like happy and joyful would have embeddings near each other, while happy and database would be far apart. This spatial representation of meaning is what enables computers to understand relationships between concepts. Here's the famous examples that proves embeddings capture meaning: king, man plus woman, queen. When you do vector math on these word embeddings, the result is remarkably close to the embedding for queen. This shows that embeddings don't just group similar words, they actually capture conceptual relationships and analogies. The spatial representation preserves the logical structure of language itself, which is why embeddings are so powerful for understanding context. The great news is you don't need to train these embedding models yourself. These GPS coordinates are created by specialized embedding models that you can use directly. OpenAI provides text embedding, are excellent open source options from Hugging Face. These pre-trained models have already learned to map language to meaningful vector spaces. You simply send text to the API and get back the embedding vector. Now that we have these vectors, we need somewhere to store them. A vector database is a specialized database designed for one specific job, storing and searching through millions of embeddings with extreme speed and efficiency. Think of it as a filing cabinet optimized for our GPS coordinates. It can quickly find which stored embeddings are closest to any new embedding you provide. Based on current research, here's a practical guide for beginners choosing vector databases. ChromaDB is excellent for getting started. It runs locally, has simple setup, and works great for portfolio projects. Face is powerful and free, but requires more technical knowledge. Pinecone offers a polished cloud service but costs money. For your first RAG project, I strongly recommend starting with ChromaDB. It removes complexity barriers and lets you focus on learning RAG concepts rather than database administration. Now let's understand how the database finds information quickly. Indexing is like creating a book's index. Instead of reading every page to find a topic, you use the index to jump directly to relevant pages. A vector database index works similarly. It creates a map that helps the system find the most relevant embeddings without searching through every single vector. This indexing is what makes similarity search lightning fast. Here's how similarity search actually works. When you ask a question, your query text is converted into an embedding vector using the same model that created the stored embeddings. The vector database then performs a similarity search to find stored vectors that are closest to your query vector in the semantic space. Distance in this space means similarity in meaning. Closer vectors represent more relevant information. Let's visualize the complete retrieval process in 4 simple steps. Step 1. User asks a question. Step 2. Question is encoded into a vector using the embedding model. Step 3. Vector database performs similarity search to find the most relevant document vectors. Step 4. The top K most similar document chunks are retrieved and returned. This elegant flow transforms any question into relevant context that can inform an LLM's response. Before we move on, here are two crucial practical considerations. First, chunking. You don't embed entire documents, but break them into smaller chunks of text. This improves relevance because you can find specific relevant sections rather than entire documents. Second, choosing K. This determines how many chunks you retrieve. Too few and you miss important context. Too many and you overwhelm the LLM. Start with K 3 to 5 for most applications. Incredible progress. You've just mastered the most technically complex part of RAG. You understand how text becomes meaningful vectors through embeddings, how vector databases store and search millions of these efficiently, and the practical considerations like chunking and choosing K. These are the fundamental mechanisms that make intelligent retrieval possible. Now comes the exciting part, putting it all together. In Module 3, we'll use the LangChain framework to connect these components into a working RAG system that you can actually build and deploy. Welcome to the LangChain language to connect these components into a working RAG system that you can actually build and deploy. A chain is exactly what it sounds like, a sequence of components linked together in a specific order. A basic RAG chain connects a retriever to a prompt template, then to an LLM. The chain defines your entire workflow. Data flows from one component to the next automatically. Think of it as a factory assembly line where each station adds value to the final product. An agent is more sophisticated than a chain. While chains follow a fixed sequence, agents use an LLM to make decisions about which tools to use and when. Think of a chain as following a recipe step by step, while an agent is like a chef who can improvise based on available ingredients. For our simple RAG chatbot, we'll use a chain since we want a predictable workflow, but it's valuable to know agents exist for complex scenarios. Now for the most important component, the prompt template. This is your recipe for the final prompt sent to the LLM. It's a string with placeholders for variables that get filled in dynamically, like the retrieved context and the user's original question. The prompt template is where you instruct the LLM exactly how to use the information you're providing. Think of it as writing clear instructions for a very capable but literal assistant. Welcome to the LangChain language to connect these components into a working RAG system that you can actually build and deploy. Let's review our building blocks before assembly. We need 4 essential ingredients. First, a vector database with our indexed documents. This is our knowledge base. Second, a retriever to interface with the database and fetch relevant documents. Third, a prompt template to structure how we present information to the LLM. Fourth, an LLM to generate the final answer. These 4 components are all we need to create a powerful RAG system. Now let's trace the data flow step by step. Step 1. The user's query goes to the retriever. Step 2. The retriever queries the vector database and fetches the most relevant document chunks. This becomes our context. These first 2 steps handle the retrieval part of RAG. The system now has both the original question and relevant background information to work with. Next comes the generation phase. Step 3 is where the magic happens. The retrieved context and original user query are inserted into the placeholders in our prompt template. This creates the final augmented prompt that combines the user's question with relevant background information. The LLM will receive this complete contextualized prompt rather than just the bare question. This augmentation is what gives RAG its power and accuracy. Step 4 completes the process. The fully formed augmented prompt is sent to the LLM. The LLM generates a final answer based specifically on the context it was provided, not just its training memory. This is the generation part of Retrieval-Augmented Generation. The result is an answer that's grounded in your actual data, accurate, and often includes implicit citations since the LLM is working from specific source material. Here's what this looks like in LangChain expression. Language, the modern way to build chains, chain retriever, prompt a template LM. This elegant syntax chains our components together with the pipe operator. Data flows from left to right, query goes to retriever, results go to prompt template, final prompt goes to LLM. This single line creates a complete RAG system. The beauty of LangChain is how it makes complex AI workflows this simple and readable. Outstanding work. You've just completed the journey from RAG theory to practical implementation. You understand how retrievers interface with vector databases, how chains orchestrate component workflows, and how prompt templates control LLM behavior. Most importantly, you've seen how LangChain's elegant syntax makes building sophisticated AI systems surprisingly accessible. You now have all the conceptual and practical knowledge needed to build your own RAG chatbot. Let's wrap up with your next steps and a call to action. Let's crystallize what you've mastered. First, RAG enhances LLMs with external data access, providing factual, up-to-date answers instead of generic responses or hallucinations. Second, this magic happens through vector embeddings and similarity search in specialized databases that understand meaning, not just keywords. Third, frameworks like LangChain make it elegantly simple to chain these powerful components together into production-ready applications. These three insights give you the foundation to build sophisticated AI systems. You're now equipped to build a portfolio piece that will make recruiters stop and take notice. Create an AI twin of yourself by feeding your resume, blog posts, project descriptions, or personal writings into a RAG chatbot. Imagine letting potential employers or collaborators interact with your professional knowledge in an entirely new way. This isn't just a technical demonstration, it's a conversation starter, a differentiator, and proof that you understand cutting-edge AI architecture at a practical level. Don't let this knowledge remain theoretical. Your mission is clear. Build your first RAG chatbot this week. Start simple with a single document, use ChromeIDB for storage and LangChain for orchestration. Begin with your resume or a project description, something personal that showcases who you are. The tools are accessible, the knowledge is fresh in your mind, and the impact on your career will be immediate. Your AI twin is waiting to be born. Happy building.